Tonight on Denver 7 News at 10, the community shaken after a shooting at an Aurora church.
I feel bad because you don't want that to happen to anyone.
We have the latest in the investigation and a glimpse of the shooter police are looking for. Plus,
there is a disconnect with what's best for education and what's truly best in putting kids first.
Disappointment over the firing of Douglas County Superintendent Corey Wise. The lawsuit one parent is now filing. And a restaurant in Superior trying to stay strong after the Marshall fire.
So it's not a case of how long will we survive? We are going to survive.
How they're trying to help their employees while they sit in limbo, waiting to rebuild. Good evening and thanks for joining us for Denver 7 News at 10. I'm Bayan Wang. The search continues for a shooter after a woman was killed at a church in Aurora. This happened just last night after 8 p.m. at the Iglesia Faro de Luz Church. 2 pastors were also shot but are expected to be okay. Denver 7's Colette Bordelon joins us live tonight. Colette, churchgoers and businesses in the area still can't believe this happened.
Yeah, we were in that complex where the church is all afternoon. We actually spoke with a man who was leaving the church as we were getting there. He was inside and he said there was still a crime scene that will need to be cleaned up in there. He also calls the men who work there his pastors. He's absolutely devastated for the congregation and was just too shaken up to speak with us on camera, but did tell us there was some kind of a service happening there last night. Cameras captured what happened outside.
I asked him what happened. He said there was a shooting.
But what went on inside of Iglesia Faro de Luz in Aurora is hard to imagine.
When I got home, I got on my phone and I found out it was a woman who died in the church.
On Friday night, shortly before 9, a 36-year-old woman was shot and killed at the church. 2 pastors were also shot, but should be okay. A 4th person was taken to the hospital for other medical reasons.
It wasn't just a random shooting inside this church.
Investigators say the shooter has some kind of relationship with one of the victims, but didn't say which victim. The suspect hasn't been caught. In this surveillance video, you can see a car driving away.
We have information on who they might be, but obviously our investigators need to make sure that we pinpoint exactly who it is before we put any other information out about that.
Leaving those who work nearby uneasy.
Sometimes we're here working in this area until late, and these kind of stuff, events happening here, it makes you worry, you know what I mean?
Aurora's homicide unit is investigating. If you know absolutely anything that could help police find the shooter, they want you to call Crime Stoppers. That phone number is 720-913-7867. You can report tips anonymously to Crime Stoppers and could even get a reward of up to $2,000. We're live tonight. Colette Bordelon, Denver 7.
And we'll certainly be following this one closely. Colette, thank you. Family, friends, and community members gathered tonight to remember Denver County Sheriff's Deputy Latasha Betterly Bird. She was killed in an apparent murder-suicide Monday at a home in Adams County. According to the sheriff's office, Betterly Bird was shot multiple times. Her body was found near a man's body. Authorities believe the man died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound, and the man's identity has not been released. The relationship between Betterly Bird and the man is unclear as of right now, but the department says Betterly Bird graduated from their academy in November of last year and was assigned to the downtown detention center. All right, new at 10, a parent at the Douglas County School District has filed a lawsuit against the 4 newly elected school board members who fired Superintendent Corey Wise last night. According to court documents, board members violated the state's open meeting law when they discussed firing Wise in a private phone call before making it official at Friday's school board meeting. Public comment was not allowed at the meeting. Kevin D. Pasquale, the president of the union representing some Doug co-teachers and staff, warns the vote will have some lasting consequences.
I do expect to see a high percentage of staff leaving Douglas County schools.
Tonight, over 50 current and past elected school board directors across the state have signed a letter to show support for Corey Wise. The letter reads in part, quote, "As elected school board directors, our job is to prioritize the needs of students and staff across our districts and to put our communities first. Effective leadership is rooted in transparency and accountability and requires us to work across ideological divides to create strong and resilient schools. Removing an effective superintendent like Corey Wise without cause, without opportunity for public engagement, and despite strong and vocal pushback from teachers, students, and staff is a failure of governance end quote. You can view their full letter on our website, thedenverchannel.com. All right, as the rebuilding process continues after the Marshall Fire, local businesses in the area are still at a standstill waiting for answers from insurance companies. Denver 7's Colette Bordelon spoke with one business owner in Superior who says they're doing their best to take care of all their employees, but aren't sure how much longer they can wait.
Yeah, it's so thick.
Behind the bar, a place that used to feel like home.
It's hard to see, you know, when this is your livelihood and your life, you know, to come back and see it all covered in ash.
The Angry Horse restaurant
It took my breath away. I did not realize the scale of this.
is filled with a smell that sticks with you.
There's like a slightly sweet smell in the air right now.
I found out the day after the fires that it didn't burn.
For Courtney Hardison,
You can see what's left of the element, just the elevator shafts.
the ash is a grim reminder.
Other people's houses are in here too. You know, it was really I don't know how to say it. It's really sad to think about.
She's a general manager who's no stranger to sudden changes.
With the change of ownership and with COVID, we've opened and closed so many times that unfortunately this just feels natural.
They've been closed since the Marshall Fire, keeping some employees on payroll. Others have been furloughed.
One of the biggest challenges, of course, is staffing and getting staff to come back. I know some of them will want to come back, and others will probably move on.
Gary Burke is one of the owners.
As far as when we'll open, it really comes down to the insurance companies and the sense of urgency that they have for us.
Waiting on insurance to give them answers so they can start cleaning.
This is an important reminder that the businesses in our area are a hugely important stakeholder for this recovery.
Because what's seen peeking out from the ashes.
So it's not a case of how long will we survive. We are going to survive.
Signs of the business from before.
My best friends work here. You know, my best friends drink here and eat here, and I want to see them thrive just as much as I thrive.
Filled with hearts that can't be hidden. In Superior, Colette Bordelon, Denver 7.
And who really knows how long this process will be? Colette, thank you. Meantime, Boulder County officials say they're having another virtual community meeting next week. They'll be looking to answer many questions on the rebuilding process for destroyed or damaged structures. This will be on Wednesday, February 9th from 6 to 8 p.m. To participate, you can sign up on the Boulder County website. All right, coming up, taking fitness to the next level with the help of a one-of-a-kind coach. Why residents in Littleton are raving about their workout. Plus, on the ice for the first time as an All-Star. The Avs leading scorer Nazem Kadri putting his All-Star skill on display today.